you betrayed my trust and gave away my Hello Kitty speaker.
First of all, it was a Gudetama speaker. Secondly, you didn't collect on it.
You have it. How am I supposed to fucking walk to California?
Maybe.
You're supposed to mail it.
You didn't ask about it ever again.
I sent the money. That's payment.
Yeah.
Wait, how much was
I've been betrayed.
How much was it?
I don't
remember. It was
remember.
probably like $5-10 because it was like a closing
It couldn't have been
sale.
very much. I only sent buy me the cheapest thing.
Yeah, it was something that was like at the register because you had like a time limit to shop.
Yeah. And I sent like, I don't know, like $15 or $20. I'm like, buy some garbage that's funny and I might enjoy it.
And then I bought it.
I sent it and I never received
and it just sat on the shelf for like a year.
That's on you to mail it.
I feel like
our viewers will back me up.
I feel like first you didn't even give me your mailing address. I had to get it through your mom during Christmas, and then by then it was forgotten.
Yeah, that part is true. I did not, because I didn't know what you were mailing. You wouldn't tell me. And I'm like, I don't want to get some like dildos in the mail.
I never.
I can't have smut in the mail.
That'd be a waste of money on my end.
And with that, welcome to episode 25 of You're Ridiculous.
It's 24.
It's 24 of You're Ridiculous. Last week we talked. I gotta pull up my notes. I forgot. Oh yeah, we talked about Turning Red.
That's right.
Oh, what a banger of a movie!
Indeed.
Yes.
I'm still seeing stuff about it on Twitter.
Yeah, it slapped.
It was really good. I liked it. I recommended it to my sister.
Ooh, has she watched it?
I'm like, if you want a feel good movie, watch this one. It's cringe, but also that's what makes it good.
Yeah, good cringe.
It's cringe in the non-cringe way.
Yeah.
It's like perfect. Cringe. It's like self-aware and like realistic cringe. It's not the bad cringe.
Meme is a lot, but it's like a believable a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. Anyways, you already know our thoughts about it. You watched episode 23.
Yeah.
This week, we're going to be talking about the best game of all time, Madagascar for a PS2.
I've had enough of you.
I will not rest until you play it.
I don't think I can. I don't have the means. Where is it?
I'll mail you my PS2 and copy of the game. It's in my cupboard, or in my, TV cabinet.
Amazing. Oh, maybe it'd be on the PlayStation Store. Play it electronically.
I doubt it.
I mean, they've got Patapon.
Oh, why?
They've got Patapon 1, 2, and 3.
That's incredible. Who wants Patapon?
I do, obviously. They also had the original Harvest Moon.
Ooh.
Well, yeah, that's good, though.
It did slap. It is a classic.
Well, one day I'll actually be able to talk about Madagascar for the PlayStation 2 on the podcast, but not this week. This week we're going to be going over a new hit movie on Netflix called The Adam Project.
Yeah!
Starring Ryan Reynolds and Mark Ruffalo and some other bloke.
That's why he looks so familiar.
Oh, God.
Who?
I was looking at him, at the dad character. I was like, you look so fucking familiar. Who are you?
Mark Ruffalo, he played the Hulk.
Yeah,
literally.
Movies,
he was in like seven movies doing that one specific role.
Was so clear.
Oh my God. Well, yeah, so I guess that's a fair, and obviously we're going to have a new, our bit as usual, we're going to be having a new ad read.
That's right, new sponsor.
New sponsor for our next series of shows, as always. Last time, I forgot who we had.
I think it was Green Long Husks, maybe? Or no, it was Just Steve.
Well, shout out.
Was it?
Yeah. That one was the Hive Mind.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one. That one, it was a while ago since we've done an ad read.
Yeah.
Had our last sponsor for so long.
Sponsors are slacking.
and then we'll obviously be finishing the episode with a question of the week from Rainie.
Yes.
As always.
Who is indeed here this week.
This time, yeah.
I realized just now that I have not introduced anybody.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, episode 24. They should know us by now.
Yeah, but it's formality.
I guess.
I'm Luke, one of your hosts as always, and with me, I have the insulting Wolf. I am insulted, and joining us once again, the one who everybody has missed, Rain.
Hello.
Recurring guest Rainie.
Yep.
Our recurring guest, Rainie, and friend, and bloke.
Thank you.
Recurring bloke, Rainie.
Yes, I appreciate the proper introduction.
All right. That's right. This intro's been long enough. Wolf, what is the Atom Project?
The Atom Project is a movie by Netflix. I don't know who directed it, details and such, but it's a time travel comedy science fiction movie, and it pretty much slapped.
Sean Levy was the director.
Yeah, Sean Levy. And one of you guys told me about it. I hadn't heard much about it until then, but
I saw it on Twitter.
Good watch. When I first got into it, I was like, I guess I was kind of tired. I wasn't up for watching a movie. I was watching and I was like, this sucks. This is boring. What is this knockoff Deadpool bullshit? But then I came back to it today and I was hooked.
Oh, yeah. It's funny you say that, because the main star, well, one of the main stars is Ryan Reynolds, who, for everyone out there knows, played Deadpool.
Yeah.
And the comedy style is a Deadpool movie.
Yeah.
All of his recent movies
family.
are.
What's that?
I said all of his recent movies are.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's
Yeah, well,
at the point where he's just playing himself.
Right.
Which is
I was just going to say, that's how his comedy style is. He just plays himself in every movie. And it works because he's good at it. He's funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like a family-friendly Deadpool comedy movie, which is kind of funny. I will say, how do you feel about time travel? Anything?
I don't mind it.
Either of you.
When I watch things, unless I really have to think hard about it, I don't think too hard about it. So I just accept the time travel at face value for what it is.
That's fair. I have strong feelings about how far back we would be able to time travel if time traveling was something that was viable in any way. Like, I feel like if you're time traveling, it wouldn't make sense to be able to go back as far past the time that time machine has been created. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Vaguely, but I mean, the movie didn't do that because technically the time travel was created in 2018.
That's true. Mm-hmm.
They just didn't start implementing it.
At least for, the law that you want to have, it followed it.
Yeah.
It does.
Rain's Law.
Yeah.
They had the math problem figured out.
Yeah, it takes, so the main portion of the movie takes place in 2022. Then one of the characters comes from 2050 to 2022, and then two of those characters, which, spoiler alert, are both himself.
Yeah.
A young one and an old one go back 4 years to 2018, when the time travel was created. And so by Rain's Law, as we have just dubbed it, it doesn't break it.
It works. Yeah. It's solid.
I like that. That's what you have a gripe with, though.
I know.
Like not that time travel in general, but just like they can't go back before it was created.
And unfortunately,
are stuck on the
sustained disbelief for me can only go so far before I draw a line. But I think Atom Project did a pretty good job not crossing any lines that kind of ruined what we were watching.
It is incredibly easy for me to suspend my disbelief. I will accept anything you fucking throw at me, just about. If a movie manages to break my sense of belief, it really fucked up.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty easy.
Yeah, I'm glad you both have brought that up, because I was going to talk about the, willing suspension of belief and everything. Mm-hmm. I'm kind of like you, Wolf, where, I can just get into whatever I want and just believe it or whatever. But for some reason, I hate time travel like anything. It's so... most of the time, it shits on itself. They break their own rules, or they input so many different rules that like they start counteracting each other, or they just lose everything, all the sense of it, and it just becomes complete bullshit.
The writers thought too hard about it.
Yeah, it's like when you atomic vomit in front of you and then slip on the vomit. That's what happens with like time travel movies.
Yeah.
This one I definitely agree. I thought it was like just enough, like to the point where it's not completely ridiculous. I thought they towed the line really well.
Yeah. They didn't over explain it, but they gave you enough to be like, well, that's why things aren't catastrophically changing. It's because the lady before already catastrophically changed things.
Yeah. I think it's funny that little tiny Adam, that he would multiple times throughout the movie bring out points that we, the audience, are probably thinking. Like when he was talking to his older self, he said, "Is your mind updating as we're doing this? Do you remember this right now?" And then literally, I feel like the producers are like, you know what? Let's just say no. And Ryan Reynolds is like, you know what? No, you're stupid. I'm just going to not even answer that.
Yeah. It is nice in the end when you, that it's like, there were vague, imprints of what happened in everyone's mind.
Yeah.
Even though it didn't happen anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. To touch on Rainie's point, I really appreciated that, like, particular scene.
Yeah.
Because I think it not only validates, like, our thoughts as the viewer, like, because we're thinking, like, similar or very exactly the same thoughts about those kind of questions, but also it makes the characters in the movie seem more realistic.
Yeah.
Like, this guy didn't just like, oh yeah, that's me from the future. Let's bang it out. Let's do whatever we need to do. You know, like I'm with it.
Yeah.
This guy's like, and he's 12. First of all, his mental fortitude can't be that high.
Yeah.
Like, he can't just. I mean, he is like a nerdy 12-year-old and who plays a lot of video games, so I'm sure he's like, you know, understands this whole thing.
Yeah.
But, you know, I definitely appreciated like the constant questions, and it made viewing it more like reasonable to me, you know.
Yeah.
It was interesting that the way they set it up, that time travel and all the technology to like support it, like the building blocks, they weren't that far off in 2020 when little Adam existed. So it's not like he had to make a far leap. He like his dad created a VR video game for him that he just casually plays.
Yeah, I thought it like put you into it, like all the stepping stones, like you said, were like kind of there already. You know, like 2018, Dad's working on it and kind of stumbles his way into it.
Yeah.
And then that's when they go back to it, and it's like, you know, when they go back to it, to the like time travel, it's just like the very beginning of it, and it wasn't like all the other bullshit that Marvel's done and everything.
Yeah.
The bullshit
Where
they
like,
set up and
they
then fucked up immediately.
Oh yeah, they like complete that. Like I said, they vomit straight forward all this shit and they slip on it.
Then
That's
they tried to
what
fix
Marvel
it with
did,
Loki,
and what all the
but-
other time travel. What's it?
Then they tried to fix it with Loki, but
Yeah.
the damage was
Loki
done.
made it worse.
Yeah.
Loki literally made it worse.
Yeah.
I enjoyed Loki,
but
but
it made it worse.
it made it worse. It was bad. And Marvel's like, Tony Stark was like, yeah, I solved time travel. Yeah, overnight. It was easy. I have a massive big brain and a big cock. Let's do it. You know, that was him. He solved it like as if he was like curing world hunger. It's like, yeah, just make more food.
Just do it. Just go in there.
Just
Connect
do
the
it.
quantums.
What is preventing you from solving this? I made it. I'm Tony Stark. You know, so yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was okay. There was one thing I didn't understand.
What?
And maybe I missed something. Then you both can fill me in on. How did older Adam, Ryan Reynolds, and Laura still meet at the academy?
I think it was more, they were still like on similar paths. Like, what's his face? Big Adam, he's still going to become a pilot, just not a time travel pilot. Because I think when they met, it was still just like a generic pilot program and not quite that time travel pilot program.
Okay.
I agree.
Since they
That's
met at
fair.
a lecture and not at like a orientation, I think is what they specifically said.
All right. Yeah. The only other answer I could, because I tried to find it online, I saw this on Twitter, and the reviews were pretty good, so I assumed there would be some discourse about it. And the only other answer that I could really find that actually made sense was, it was kind of like super vague that Adam and Laura were always going to meet. Like no matter the timeline that they had set up, they were always going to meet. Like it was predestined that they were going to meet. And they foreshadowed that when Adam left Laura at the lake house, where she said, like, throughout all time, I'll love you and everything like that. And so it was basically like hinting that they were going to always be together and stuff like that. Like, you can't, it was like, it's kind of like a bandage answer, like patching over it rather than solving it. But I like your answer better. That makes more sense, I guess.
Yeah.
So
I did appreciate that scene.
It's easier to understand.
Yeah, that was such a lovely scene. And I think that was my favorite scene, was the two of them when they meet and then when they split again. Because she's talking about, he's saying that if they carry out what their plan is, that they never happen. And she's saying, no matter what, we happened. This did happen. And I think that's an interesting point, that the timeline, that there is not just one timeline. It's just kind of implies that there's just a continuous timeline. Do you know what I mean? Of overlapping timelines. So things are still happening and the two of them did happen, and then a separate timeline it's happening again. Like what?
Someone's drawn from Loki.
Yeah. I like to think that things played out the way they did because the problem killed itself. She made all these changes, and presumably her changes happened after all these other things were already set to be happening. And because she took out herself, the timeline functionally didn't change. It was like she just never existed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, all her changes had to happen after the dad died.
Yeah.
And so, since she died before, or killed herself, basically, before the dad died, all those changes and what went bad about everything, basically her owning Earth, couldn't have happened.
Yeah, but everything
all the bad shit, right,
could have played out still the same, or similar, without her.
And so I guess that also sort of just kind of builds on your answer about how they met.
Since his dad still dies ultimately, despite everything.
Yeah. Okay, I don't know about you two, but I 100% thought they were gonna save the dad.
I think they should have.
Or that we were gonna find out. I'm not saying whether or not they should have saved him. I thought they were going to, or that we were gonna find out that what was her name? What was the girl's evil?
Oh, what is her name?
Sora?
Saurian was her lackey.
Saurian. Yeah, Saurian. Well, that's how they always refer to her. Saurian, like, planted, like, something in the dad's car that made it malfunction.
Yeah.
Or a car crash. So I thought that we were going to get that. I actually really liked that the dad still ended up dying, because it makes... If that doesn't happen, all the backstory and the trauma of, the young Adam growing up without his father and the old Adam, living it and still living with it, it would have completely invalidated all of that.
That Adam wouldn't have existed anymore.
Exactly. It was essentially kill the character and invalidate everything that young Adam is going through and learning.
Yeah.
And so I was really happy with that, because you would expect something like this to end.
Yeah, they save the dad and everyone lives happily ever
after. Yeah, right.
You
like,
broke all your time travel.
We kill the villain and everyone is alive, and all the good comes back.
I really liked that scene. I didn't even think about it. I was like, oh, she's gonna shoot him, and that's gonna be it.
Yep.
That scene was quality. It was so good. However, it was kind of like the two Saurians, good cop, bad cop. Almost.
Yeah, I thought
bad cop kills the good cop.
I thought past Saurian was going to interfere and stop the older Saurian. That's what I really thought was going to happen.
Nah, I didn't expect that from her, because she was already very complicit in everything that had happened. She was like throwing shit like, this is bad, this is evil, but she still fucking did it.
Mm-hmm.
She still did it. She still made the calls. She still lined everything up.
And if you're gonna trust one person, right? to listen to, how would it not be yourself?
Right,
True.
yeah.
True.
Even from the future, 30 years later or whatever it was, I'm pretty sure I would listen to myself.
Maybe it was hard for her to pull the trigger on a child, but she was still on board otherwise.
Yeah. I find it really interesting.
Coward,
the
honestly.
Moral obligation that we have to follow the timeline rules that we've created. Do you know what I mean? Like the rules that we set in stone, like the don't talk to your past self, don't change the way the timeline is whenever you move, those kind of rules. We made those rules, and it's interesting how close each person follows those rules. And it's like, where do you draw the line? Like, when do you decide to break the rules? Is it specifically because you feel a moral obligation to it, or is it because like you have to? Like, if you really wanted to, you could go past into time and fuck shit up. You could. There's nothing stopping you.
And
Okay.
in this movie, it really made it seem like the timeline didn't give a shit what you did.
Exactly.
And it was just entirely your own human morals they were projecting onto the timeline.
Exactly.
As if it was like some kind of sentient god that would be like pissed if you changed too much of something else.
Yes.
But that wasn't the case. She made some big changes for like 30 years. And the only thing that fucked it up was that she killed the wrong wife.
But all in all, good movie.
Yeah, I also really like the scene where where Laura, after the Adams make their escape, she faces the gun and she like gives that smug smile and they're like, "Ha, yeah, they got away." But at the same time, the actor did a really good job of like the mixed emotions, like, but yeah, they got away, real triumphant, fuck you, but also, yeah, I'm about to die.
Yeah, still heartbreaking. Again.
Yeah, it was like her stance there was like really, really badass and powerful.
Yeah.
It's like, I did exactly what I set out to do. A big go fuck yourself.
Yep.
Also, I like that you just like say her or like Laura or whatever. Do you know who the actress is?
Is she someone recognizable?
She's someone. Oh, she is someone.
Who is she?
The actress is Zoe Skull. I don't really know how to say her last name, but Skaldanya, I think. She's Gamora from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and among many other things, obviously, but I believe most people would recognize her from as Gamora. She's also in Avatar, the 2012 one.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
She's I can't remember her name, but she's the main female protagonist.
The blue person one, or
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, she's not Natiri. Yeah,
I see.
From Avatar, James whatever his name
Also
is, the
great
director.
movie.
The face paint really changes her form. Look, I'm real face blind.
Yeah,
you can't put face paint on around me.
That's true. Her most notable roles have all been like an alien.
Yeah.
So I would understand, but it's I think for me it was like the eyes or whatever. She has distinct eyes. Anyways, to my point though, the reason I bring it up is because the cast is really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which I thought, well, yeah, you're not much of a like a cast person, but I am. I like looking at the cast and everything. I mean, it has 4 big names right out the gate: Ryan Reynolds, Jennifer Gardner, who that was the mom. Which I thought, by the way, was super random.
Yeah.
Like, why did they get a big name actress to play the mom who was like maybe in 30 minutes of the movie?
Maybe it would have been more odd if she was just some rando among a bunch of like stars.
But I mean, she like, I don't know, maybe. I mean, the kid is random. I've never heard of him.
I mean, I think kids kind of have to be random. Not a lot of them out there.
Yeah, maybe that's true.
Kid nailed it.
Plus, when they do get out there, then they become that role. Like
right.
the Stranger Things kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Millie Bobby Brown's doing other stuff.
Such as?
Yeah, but she'll always be.
She was in Enola Holmes.
I don't know what that is.
That was actually
That's a Netflix show about Sherlock Holmes' sister.
Oh.
Season 2 coming out soon.
She was in something else recently. Oh, she was in what is that? What was it? It was Godzilla King of Monsters.
Oh.
Which was really good.
Look at her.
She's in a bunch of a Godzilla movies actually, but
Look at her go.
Yeah, she's been in stuff. I don't know about the other ones, but she's been in other stuff.
Fair enough.
And then the other just members of the cast we already talked about. Zoe, who's great, and then Mark Ruffalo we mentioned before.
Yeah.
But like those are 4 really big names.
Yeah, for a really
which
random
I thought
movie.
for what exactly for what I thought is kind of a random movie, like a Netflix movie, but it was like, as I understand it, mostly like Ryan Reynolds' project. Like he wasn't the director, but
The Maximum
it was
Effort
like his,
Productions.
yes, his effort or like
Studio.
like his conceptual idea and everything. And so, at least from what I heard, that could not be entirely true, but for the most part,
Makes
a lot
sense.
of people were like congratulating Ryan Reynolds on the success of the movie. So, yeah, it was pretty good, solid. What's everyone rates it?
I feel like a 8 or 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed it.
I'm probably maybe like a 7 or 8. It was a great movie, but it's not something that I'm probably gonna rewatch unless I'm like bored and need another movie, and I know I'll enjoy it.
I don't rewatch, period.
I definitely judge a movie
Yeah, Wolf
based
doesn't
on
rewatch
if I'm
stuff.
gonna rewatch it or not. It's just
What's
my
yours,
thing.
Lucas?
Well, I'm like a 6.5 or 7. No, that's really good. I liked it. But like I weigh rewatchability is very important.
Ooh.
Because I put on a lot of stuff as I'm working, like, sensory stuff. And if that's one that I could like watch again or just listen to again, then it gets a higher rating.
I guess. I tried to put this on while I drew.
The highest...
But
go ahead.
I tried to put this on while I was drawing. I couldn't look away.
The highest rating is the Lord of the Rings franchise.
Wow.
The second highest rating is The Office.
Oh,
Well, in terms of overall enjoyment and rewatchability.
yeah.
The if we're rating individual sections, rewatchability, The Office is higher.
I guess.
But for me, I mean,
Yeah.
in terms of overall enjoyment, Lord of the Rings is higher. And so those are my top 2. Those are the ones I like. I watched Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit once a year.
Wow. I haven't watched them once.
They're
I
incredible.
think I've watched a Hobbit.
Oh, also, a lot of the classic Scooby-Doo movies are really high on rewatchability.
Oh.
And those are easy to put on in the background.
Yeah.
True.
Anyways, Adam Project, 6.5 or 7. Probably 7. I liked it. 7's good. At least for me.
Yeah.
Yes. Enjoyable watch.
Definitely.
Yeah, I would recommend.
Indeed. If you haven't watched it yet, go ahead. It's like, what, a 2-hour
Yeah.
movie?
Yeah, it's
Hour
not bad.
and 45?
Hour and 45.
Not bad.
Hour and 45. It doesn't feel that long either. Like,
Yeah, I was
if you're afraid of sitting down for an hour and 45, I blew through it this afternoon.
saying.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it. But moving on, Wolf, I believe we have an ad read from you.
I do indeed. Let me open it up.
All right, let's hear it.
Today's episode of You're Ridiculous is sponsored by Vague Forgotten Legends. If you haven't heard of this yet, you may be living under a rock. This mobile EVE game will have you feeling absolutely legendary every time you play it. Vague utilizes a special new technology that makes all the best choices for you. No more trial and error and wasted time. Watch everything play out as it should and soar through the ranks so you can brag to your friends. Use our code U-R ridiculous for special deals vindicated by the presence of a heart-shaped object in your community. You'll get 500 gems and 30 in-game coins to use for unlocking hot, sexy characters and upgrading them to be their best selves. All you have to worry about is keeping your card details updated. That's right, download Vague Forgotten Legends today. Thank you for the sponsor.
Thank you.
That might have been my favorite one. What a great sponsor. Hopefully we'll have them for several weeks.
Yeah, lovely. Fun to know.
Thank you, Vague. Sounds really good. You were right. This ad read was a banger.
Slapped.
All right. Well, now moving on to our last and final segment. and last.
Mm-hmm.
And last.
Finally, the last segment. A question of the week from Rain. Rain, what do you got for us?
This week, the question of the week is, what is
What
a video
is a
game?
video
No.
Oh yeah, you gotta do your voice like Wolfie.
I don't know if I can get my voice that high pitched.
Don't worry, Wolf can't get yours.
I'm trying. What is a video game? I can't. That is underrated. More people should know such play.
Oh my god, that was horrible.
Oh, I just blew my speaker.
It doesn't top. It doesn't top Wolf's one that makes you sound like a goblin.
Nothing will be able to top it. Let's be honest.
Tears in my eyes.
All right, Rain, you start us off. What's the underrated or game that more people should know about?
I think the 2013 Tomb Raider is an underrated game, and that I think more people should play that one. I think visually it was a great game. It was very dark and somber, which I love. I feel like it's one of those games that just kind of like came and went. I personally enjoyed it. I'm sure there are people that have many things to say about it, but I think all in all, looking back and at the games that have come out after that, I think it was definitely underrated for what it was providing the gamers. Yeah.
Right. Does she still have the triangle titties in that one?
Yes. Well, actually, no. No. I wish.
I was gonna say no.
Bring him back.
That's like a 2001 Tomb Raider.
No, this one was. It was actually a lot like Uncharted. It definitely had an Uncharted vibe, a little darker. Yeah.
Nice.
Well, I mean, it's not like this. Those stories are like mirror images of each
Oh,
other.
I know.
They're basically the same. Not discrediting either one because they're both good, but
Yeah.
they're pretty similar.
Indeed.
All right. Well, I don't think I've ever played that.
No?
Same.
No, I
I've
don't think
only
so.
heard of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I've definitely heard of it. I've never played the. I don't think I ever played the triangle titty one either. Gotta get that one.
Bring it back.
Yeah, more important.
Yeah, I can't believe they would abandon those.
I know, the Madonna titties. Bring them back. Make it a special skin. High poly triangle titties.
That's the next skin in Fortnite.
Yes.
All right, Wolf. What do you have?
Mine would be Patapon.
Oh my fuck off!
Shut up. I really like.
Shut up.
I really like rhythm games, as everyone knows. I really like rhythm games that are more than just rhythm games, where you're not just
Rhythm games are ass.
you fuck off. Where you're doing more than just the standard rhythm game stuff. This one, the rhythms you make translate to like fighting moves and types of attacks. You like do a certain beat to attack, a certain beat to defend, but in the whole total, you have to like keep the chain going as like one long song as you like do fight and war. That's really cool.
All right.
Really enjoyable. More
has
rhythm games should do stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I agree about that. Like, they should be more than just the base rhythm games.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. Patapon got a sequel, right?
I got 2 sequels. There's 3 of them.
Impressive.
Why?
But they're not that popular.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sure
that's
most
what
people haven't heard of it. But give it a try.
Well, that's why it's your underrated submission.
That's right.
All right. So, I had one,
If
right?
you say
that I was gonna do.
Madagascar.
But unfortunately, Wolfie has given me no other option.
Oh, no.
And so my answer for underrated game that more people should play would be Madagascar for the PlayStation 2.
No!
I have this damn game.
I have also just looked on the PlayStation Store. It's not there.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I hated it.
So, it's amazing game.
I need to check something.
It has mini games. It runs through the story of the Madagascar movie, which was a banger. It has collectibles. It has challenging maps. It has open world once you beat the game. It has costumes that you can like dress your characters in, like all the Madagascar characters. What's not to love? It's a great game. There's workable physics, like you can actually move around in 3D space, and it's not terrible for, at least for when the time of the game that this came out. And that's a big boon.
I
like
suppose.
working in 3D space whenever this game came out. I don't actually know. But it was not easy back then, and they made it work. When did this game come out? It's literally a 4.9 out of 5.
Says who?
When you look it up. Coolrom.com.
All right.
Coolrom.com.
We'll have to get that verified.
I already verified it. It says also Google users, 97% of people like this game.
Wow.
I also just gave it a thumbs up, so clearly that bumps it to like a 98.
I was gonna pit over the hedge against it, and it's only at 96% like the game.
Oh man.
See, over the hedge just blows. it pales in comparison to this. Also, I think Wolf saw it. I don't know if Rainie saw it. But PlayStation tweeted, like, show us your favorite picture from Horizon Zero Dawn. And I tweeted a picture of the jungle scene in Madagascar 2 recently. And that was really funny. This game came out, by the way, in 2005.
Wow.
For the GameCube, PlayStation 2, Game Boy Advance, and other things.
Solid.
But I don't know why it was still on the Game Boy Advance at that time.
Spread out your options.
Listen, how does it run on the Game Boy Advance?
Poorly, probably.
Probably.
You look at it,
What
and it's
was
just
that?
a bunch of vague pixels on the screen.
It's just like clumps of pixels. Listen, if you were, let me tell you, if you were excited about the triangle titties, boy, do we have those.
Triangle.
No.
You got Gloria with her fat
No,
ass.
Gloria didn't have triangle anything.
Oh.
She was fully caked up.
Oh, rounded.
Oh, yeah. Anyways, I had an actual answer, but this is even better, so.
Yeah.
Do
you guys remember the old Scooby-Doo games?
Nah.
No.
Yes, I played quite a few.
Those were
I did that,
actually
by the way.
pretty fun.
Wow. Oh, Moto's there too?
Yeah, he was really something. Look at him there.
Cross-eyed.
he's doing his best. That's glorious. See, she's not even that triangle-y.
She's like a what do you call it? A hexagon.
Oh my god. To answer Rainie's question, yeah, the old Scooby-Doo games are great.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't think I played
There was
any of those.
Night of 100 Frights is the best one,
Yeah.
and I will not be taking questions.
That's fair.
That one was also for the PlayStation 2. Two other submissions that I will allow would be Scooby-Doo Unmasked and what's the other one? I forgot what the other one is, so it doesn't matter.
All right.
I couldn't remember now. But anyways, Night of 100 Frights, easily the best Scooby-Doo game. And
Wow.
there's speedrunners of that game.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like old games are real popular with speedrunners.
Oh, well, yeah, because they have all the like broken physics and
Yeah.
all the terrible platforming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could jump on, like, someone spends 100 hours playing the game, they find some invisible block that some coder didn't take out. I've watched a few speedruns of like Super Mario and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and all the old Mario games. They're ridiculous.
They're intense.
They are intense. They're so weird. It's really interesting to watch. Unlike well, you say old game, by the way, but there's speed runs for Breath of the Wild
I mean,
that
yeah.
take like 19 minutes.
Is that the record?
But those ones, I would say
I think so. It's like 19 or 20 minutes.
That's
Yeah,
insane.
Wow.
it's extremely wretched to watch,
Yeah.
but very fun in the best way. It's They're really funny to watch because I just don't understand how people find half of this shit.
Ah,
You know, like all the glitches and
Yeah.
stuff.
lots of time, I guess. Just doing it to do it. Though some games make it easy. Looking at
Well,
you, Five Nights at Freddy's.
I was just gonna
Yeah.
say we talked about one that Five Nights at Freddy's had. That one got patched out though, didn't it?
Sort of. They released a huge patch a few weeks ago. But it's still very, very buggy.
Is that game still getting talked about, like online and stuff?
Sort of. They've
Or
got
is
a
the-
DLC coming. I think it's popular within its community.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured.
But
I like. It's not really a game for me, like Five Nights at Freddy's, but I like hearing like you get excited about it because it's funny stories. I feel like if I tried to get into the community now, I would be like it wouldn't work for me.
What the
But
fuck is happening here?
yeah, exactly. It would be too much.
Real
But,
thrilled for the
you know.
DLC though. I'm gonna stream it soon as it comes out.
Ooh.
Even have to take the day off of work.
Nice.
Okay, hear me out, right?
Yeah.
If I mailed you my PS2 and my copy of Madagascar, would you stream it?
Yeah, I guess I'd have to buy a capture card, but yeah.
You heard it here,
right,
folks.
yeah. How much? Okay, how much are capture cards? We're
I think they're kind of
we're doing it
They
live.
are. Capture cards are actually
Capture card.
pretty high up.
Well, yeah, but it's for the PS2.
Yeah.
It's not like, Switch capture cards.
I don't need an Elgato or whatever. It's not. They can't even stream that high quality. The game is like 480p.
Oh, it's better than that. Do you not see
Well,
these?
I'm
Do you not see
looking at
Gloria? Do you not see Gloria?
I can't
standing
look
there?
away.
Yeah, the game is class. If I ever streamed, that would be the first game I stream.
They're like $200. I probably bought a cheaper one. A worse one is probably like $100 if they even sell a worse one.
Yeah, you don't really need an Elgato for this game. There's only so much you can bring the resolution up by.
I can't wait to get into it and fail to beat it. I feel like a lot of old games are like that. They're weirdly hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple hard from what I remember. There's a couple hard moments in the game, but the level design is actually like pretty good,
Ooh.
especially for being like an older game.
Yeah.
And like mostly I would assume targeted towards a younger audience.
Yeah.
The level design is actually really good, and there is like some amount of challenge like with the collectibles and all that stuff. So, I mean, it's on my underrated list for a reason.
What a stream it would be.
Oh, it would be. I would be there from start to finish. I mean, I am anyways, but I'd be sitting in the waiting room like 10 minutes before.
Fair.
I'd be rip roaring and ready to go.
A 24-hour event.
Oh, I'd be there for the full 24. Oh, it'd be the best stream. I have to save the VOD so I can put that on as like rewatchability content. All right, I think that about wraps up this episode
Alrighty.
of Youre Ridiculous. Wolf, take it away.
I'm Wolfie, taking things away. Thank you for watching episode 24 of Youre Ridiculous. It's been a long haul. If you liked the episode, be sure to smack that like button or hit the bell or hit the plus button on all these other streaming sites.
Woo woo.
If you want to keep up with us, we're on Twitter and Instagram, the main cast at ridiculous_cast on Instagram and Twitter. You can follow Lucas on Twitter at 7AngryWasp with an E, and me
That's
at
right.
Rainbow Wolf without the W. You can also check out Rainie's website,
No, you
RainieMayDesign.com. Oh, that's right, it's
No, you
gone.
cannot.
She didn't pay,
Cut that,
She
cut
didn't
that.
pay the
Shit's
fee.
expensive. Mm-mm.
But I'll take it from here. We recently just passed 100 followers on TikTok, or not fucking TikTok, on Instagram.
That's right.
Yeah,
Woo.
thanks for all the support. Hit us up on Twitter. We need some help there.
That's right. Take us to 200 even.
Oh yeah, that's right. Keep the followers coming.
Bussin'.
Support us enough that we can make money and Rainie can bring her
Please.
website back.
That's right.
Please.
The Rainy Fund. She
Please.
needs help.
Go fund Rain.
But that's all we have for tonight. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.